Welcome. My name is Jennifer Landtrip, and I'm a Health Sciences Student Success Librarian here at Pacific. I provide research support and instruction for several health sciences programs, including optometry, and I also manage the graduate and professional peer tutors at the Center for Learning and Student Success. This series of videos will prepare you to complete your library assignment. The library assignment is meant to give you a head start on your presentations for this course and also an opportunity for you to receive feedback at the early stages of your research for your presentations. As you work on your presentations or on the library assignment, please reach out to me anytime with questions or for help on any part of the research process, from figuring out what to focus on to finding, evaluating, and citing your sources. I can work with you in person, via Zoom, by phone, or by email. So please also remember that you can also contact the library with any questions you have about the library, such as how to access course reserves, reserve a study room, or how to access a certain article or book. This video covers the beginning of the research process for evidence-based practice, including keeping a research log, clinical questions, and PICO, identifying the information you need to answer your clinical question. As you're working on the library assignment and your presentation, make sure to use the evidence-based optometry page of the Optometry Resources Guide. It has resources and links to help you. So you'll find a link to it in the Moodle for the week of January 16th. You can also access it by going to the library's website, scrolling down and clicking Guides, and then clicking the Optometry Resources Guide under Optometry. As a clinician, your job will be to assess your patient, which is internal evidence, understand your patient's perspectives, consider your own clinical expertise, and consider external evidence in order to make clinical decisions. This series of videos will help you through the ask, find, and appraise steps of this process. Whenever you're doing any research, make sure to keep a research log. So you can use whatever format works best for you. I just use a Google Doc and bullet points. So you want to include your clinical question and then use the databases you've searched. For each database, write down the search term and search filters you've used. This will help you keep track of your searches so you can recreate them later if you need to, and will help make you make more accurate searches, as you can see what terms you've used from database to database. When you find a relevant source, immediately get the full citation in APA format and a permanent link to the source. If you choose, you might also download the source. This will save you time later, so you don't have to go and find a citation or get the full text for that source. Finally, make any notes about the source, such as its relevance to your clinical question, its credibility, and what information it provides to help you answer your clinical question. This will also save you time because you'll be able to remember later why you saved each source. Now you're ready to start your research. So the first step is to create your clinical question. This step is important because it'll guide you in the rest of the research process. We'll use your question to make your search terms and make sure our search results provide information to help answer your clinical question. When working with the patient, it's important to include the relevant information into the question so that you find external evidence that will be useful to help guide your clinical decision-making for that individual. For example, if you find information about a disease but don't consider some of their comorbidities like diabetes or characteristics like their age, you might find evidence that wouldn't be applicable to them. To help you write a clinical question that includes the important information about your patient and the problem that you would like to find out about, you can use the PICO tool. We'll use two examples today that will be covered during the term. The first one is just following the 20-20-20 rule, reduce eye strain. In this case, the problem's eye strain. We're considering the 20-20-20 rule as an intervention. We're not comparing using the 20-20-20 rule with another intervention, so there isn't a comparison. And the desired outcome is the reduction of eye strain. The second example is for the clinical question, how effective are omega-3 fatty acids in reducing eye strain, dry eye? We're looking at patients with dry eye. We're considering omega-3 fatty acids as an intervention, and the desired outcome is the reduction of eye strain. We don't have a comparison. The next step is to brainstorm what you would need to know in order to answer these questions. Here are examples of things you might want to know for each clinical question. You might have some very basic questions that you could find in textbooks or manuals, such as, what is eye strain? What are common treatments for eye strain? This would give you background information about the topic so that you can understand it better. Then what you really need to find to answer the clinical question is whether there's evidence that people who have applied the 20-20-20 rule have had reduced eye strain. So you'll find the answer to these types of more specific questions in research studies. In the next video, we'll dive into the types of sources you would need for your type of question and where to find them. Remember to contact me or the library help options with any questions or to work on any steps of your research process.